Head into the unknown, down the rabbit hole, where it stops no one knows. We're going head into the unknown. Na, 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 na.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Mrs. Troy. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, my queen bee. Hi, unseen thinkers. Hi, Ramblin' Rome. Crime curious. Hi, Natasha. Hi, the beautiful C Dub. Hi, Glowbug. Hi, Diane. Hi, Yvonne. Anybody who's popping in right now, I know because for some reason it had like a little delay on the intro starting, so I don't know if it was a delay on your guys' end or just on mine. Hi, On the Rocks. Hi, KW. Christine made the intro. Absolutely. Yep. On the rocks and in the soil. Hi, Catering Wench. Hi, Delaney. So I don't know where Michelle is. She messaged me earlier and I messaged her back and then I haven't heard from her. So she may come on, she may not. I have no idea. Otherwise, it's just the 46 of us on this Saturday. Hi, MK. Oh, Tiffany, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a fan going. Can you guys hear it? Does it bother you guys? Can you guys even hear it? If so, if it's annoying, I'll turn it off. So I'll make sure that you guys are good. Hi, BR. Oh, we just started. Hundazy. Oh, thank you. Nope, fan is good. Can't hear it at all. Okay, good. It's, it's been like June gloom around here forever. Like there's not been any sun. If the sun comes out, it's for like maybe an hour. That's like if we're lucky. Otherwise, it's just been really overcast. And then today it decided to be really flipping hot. So you have your fan on too. I know. Father's Day weekend. So I'm assuming by the comments in chat, most of you guys have heard about this case now. This is an absolutely horrendous situation. So if you are triggered easily or in any way, obviously you're not easily because otherwise you wouldn't be watching a true crime stream. But just know this one's pretty rough. All right. So a couple of days ago, this gentleman, 32-year-old Chad, let's see if I can pull up the picture of the boys, Chad Doerman, decided that he no longer wanted his children, apparently, ages 3, 4, and 7. And he lined them up outside of his home in Ohio and shot them. It's so 3, 4, and 7 years old. They did tell us that one of the boys tried to run, and he went and got him and brought him back. I'm going to show you a picture of the boys. Hold on. It's so flippin' sad. And these boys are so stinking cute. I mean, not that that matters, but they just really are. They're just so cute. Let me get it up so that. So here's the boys and Chad. 3, 4, and 7 years old. Hi, Allie. Hi, Princess Megan Elsa. It's so sad. Hi, Butterfly Kisses. Yeah, this is horrendous. This is a rough one. I actually, when I very first saw it yesterday, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can even look at it. And I put it in the chat with some of the ladies, and I was like, I don't know, you guys. Like, I don't even know if I can look into it. Hi, Pepper. So he has his I believe his wife or his girlfriend, long-term girlfriend. Obviously, they have three sons together. She had a daughter from a previous relationship, and he refers to her as his stepdaughter, which we'll go through that too. And then they have their 3 sons together. I know a lot of people are asking like motive. Obviously, this is very soon. This just happened on Thursday, so we don't really know a lot yet. But I can tell you, I'm going to blanket this statement by this as absolute speculation because we obviously do not know. The biggest speculation I have seen in all the interviews and with people online is that his significant other, which I'm just going to call his wife because obviously they were together for a long time. I'm not sure if they were actually married, but that she had a relationship with her before, and had her daughter, and that they had kind of a rocky relationship. Once again, I have no idea if this is true, so please take this for what that is. That's why I said the only reason I'm even repeating it is because I've seen it in a lot of places. And supposedly his wife didn't have a good relationship with her daughter's dad, and he didn't really get to see her. Once again, tomorrow this could all change. And so this guy, Chad, was supposedly thinking that when she left him, he wasn't going to see his kids. I have no idea, but I'm like, go to court. Like this is ridiculous. So is he like the QAnon dad? We don't, there's so not enough to know yet, C-Deb. Hi, Avery. Hi, No Chains No More. There's just so much to it that we just don't have a clue. Yes, and the Crow, so he was arrested in 2010 for domestic violence. The domestic violence was against his own dad. The charges were ultimately dropped because his dad did not show up for court. So, yes, and he planned this. He planned this for a little while. I looked up his record, so that's how I found that too. I'm not even sure, like, they're going through the legal processes right now. He's confessed. We know plenty of people who've confessed and then they've taken it back, so I don't know. Oh, so yeah, so I was smart enough today to put my YouTube up over here so I can actually see this. KW10 has been a member for 4 months. I have not heard of this case. It's horrible, and it's so bad. It's so bad. And like, I'm just showing you a picture right now, and it's so bad. And I know that they're all bad, but I don't know why some of them just really like punch you in the gut, like a lot different than other ones. And this was one of them. I was like, dude, what the heck? These are babies. These are just babies, like 3, 4, and 7 years old, and they're your flesh and blood. Like I said, I know it happens all the time, but sometimes it just hits you different. And this one just, I don't know, it just is really hard. Let me show you another picture of the boys. Little cuties. He's got his big grown up teeth coming in. And they're just like boys, you know. You can see him just like all outside playing. There's a picture of him fishing. Look at their beautiful blue eyes. I can't, man. I'm like going to be all emotional about it. I knew I was going to struggle with trying to cover this case because it just got me. Oh, yeah, he planned it, Delaney. He absolutely planned it. Hi, Sluice. Hi, No More. I think I said hi, No Chains. Hi, Queen Olive. Hi, Jaded. Everybody popping in. Yes, it was just the boys. So his wife, from what we know so far, the wife was trying to stop him, and he shot her in her hand. The stepdaughter ran down the street to the fire station, and could be hurt. And I'm going to play some things for you guys so you guys can kind of get the same gist that I have. But these are like beautiful little souls. And I just cannot imagine this mom, this poor mom, and watching that. Like, how terrible. Yeah. I know. It's like, we want to know the why. The why's never going to be good enough. But yet our minds are like, we want to know why this happens, but there's never a good enough reason. Okay, so let me pull up some other things that I wanted to share with you guys. This one's tough. This is just really tough. Now I gotta find the things that I had that I wanted to share with you. Oh, here they are. So they released the dispatch. So I'll play that for you guys. See if you guys can hear it. Hold on.
Wait, now we're both in row.
Both units in route 1616.
See where it's actually at.
6 Robert 87 clear as well.
Clear.
Mama still
Number 51, check up. Mail actively looking at
PDX.
1617 and Clermontville, Lorem.
Hear it okay? It's a dispatch call, so it's going to be kind of like wonky.
1617.
State 33, unknown problem. Nine 5 Lindale Road, cross of Franklin Law Road and Clermontville Laurel Road. Unknown problem. Medic 33, engine 32. Respond on fire ground 5. 1617 hours.
Robert 34, I passed my complaint. We're going to be out at 450 Club at the church.
You're good.
Medic 33.
Mag 33, go ahead.
6-3, flyers.
Negative.
Have PD expedite. Female here at the station shooting her and her family.
Sounds like we're getting another call from someone in the area. Break.
Good.
Females at the station or you're on scene? Getting a call now from Misty advising grandfather told her that
There's a male across the street with a firearm. He's acting shooting expedite.
a female said that her grandfather was killing everyone in the house and that the female went to the fire station. Break. Your career male actively looking at 1618.
Engine back 32 responding.
There's a male actively shooting at the firehouse.
Sorry, shots fired, shots fired.
Base is on 99.
24, converting you out to 7.
Your career shots fired at 1619.
Row 14, state traffic.
At station 33, 1619.
3, how many houses down? Lieutenant 3302 to medic 3. Get in the station.
You're clear. Bank 33, get into the station.
34. Chief 32 is route.
T3302, you're cleared.
What is the status of PD?
The 63, what's your ETA? PD's en route. I have appears to be 7 deputies en route at this time trying to get a quotation for you.
That's 5, 6 out. That's clear. Medic 51 available.
Medic 33, can you advise if you're be in the fire department now. As far as we can understand, no one's been hit. All the occupants of the fire station have been advised to get inside. 51 available, 1620.
Number 51, including this traffic stop, but also being around.
Medic 30 to Lieutenant 3302.
Lieutenant 233-2.
Go ahead.
Just so everyone's aware, there's a 16-year-old female that ran from the original house that was going to the firehouse for help. Not sure she's at now.
63 here, like what description of the male shoot?
Information, the shooting occurred in the 65. Since the assailant, I believe the victim's at Station 33, you want me to dispatch additional to the stage somewhere? Negative. This was called out. The shooting was occurred by the fire station. They all are back in the firehouse.
Number of potential victims.
Stage 3, can you advise? Station 33. You know traffic, you're digital.
Station 32, we got Station 33 on public service. They're unable to get inside the fire at time.
Your radio's still digital, but the fire department is who told us that shots were fired.
We're trying at this time.
Okay, and anybody still shooting, we're trying to relay the information to deputies.
37 on 3, what a 47.
Male shootings of male white green shoe jeans on the front porch of 1965 Laurel. Here, sir. All units responding to Laurel Lindale. The shooter is a male white green shirt and blue jeans, front porch of 1965 Laurel Lindale.
Lieutenant 33, they're unable to get a description. They're pinned down at this time. They're saying that the assailant has a couple parties with him of some sort.
Clear 3 minutes out.
Clear. 3 children have been not breathing. Can they advise that there's more than one person with a weapon and shooting?
Negative. We can hear gunfire in the background.
Medic 32 to Lieutenant 2. Additional call sounds like. Do you want me to dispatch additional medics to stage somewhere?
Yes, additional medics have been staged at Bethlehem, Richmond, and Laurel Lindale.
You're cleared. Medics to stage Bethlehem, Richmond, Laurel Lindale, 1622.
Medic 32, turn your sirens off.
Medic 32, shut your sirens down.
Medic 33.
3302 to engine 32, Monroe 1.
Closest units en route, 1965 Laurel Lindale. It sounds like the male's still on the porch. There are multiple children, and there are... Medic 3, go ahead.
29, you're clear. Mile and a half out.
Be advised, we have a juvenile secured in the station. The male is still at the residence. Directly next to the station. The male is still on scene.
We're putting aircraft on standby. Do you reference any victims?
She's advised he shot up her entire family.
I can't copy.
We're getting ready to be reset here. You're driving out. Let's just do it now.
Station 33. Gunshot, stabbing, or penetrating trauma.
You guys, that's I can't even fathom, like, this is the scene. It's like it's unfolding. Like, it's like they're getting there at that time. Like, you hear them talking about, like, the 16-year-old that's at the fire department, that he's shooting at the fire department, or at least they believe at the time that he was shooting at the fire department. They can't even the firemen can't get into their firehouse quick enough, basically. I mean, I think that's pretty much the entirety of it. Give me 1 second, and I'll play a little bit more just to make sure, because it kind of repeats, and then they're just talking about the medics. Give me 1 second.
1965 Laurel Lindale Road, cross of Fun Laurel Road and Claremontville Laurel Road. Gunshot sting or penetrating trauma. Medic 32, Medic 36, 16:23 hours.
He said, "Here's the back channel."
Okay, we are putting air care in by this time. Also, medic 36 has been dispatched. Trying to get additional medic. Just stay on crime area. We're fast right now. Everyone can just inquire.
G3302.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill the siren right here.
Go ahead and give me an additional engine response from mutual aid department. Again, stage 232 at Liberty.
okay, New Zealand 232 and Liberty 1624.
Engine 33.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up. This is tough too. So they have most of it is obviously blurred. But this is the body cam. You can see time-wise, it's 4:17. Cops are already en route, like they're ready to go. So they're getting there as quick as they can. And all body cams at the beginning, they don't have sound, and then it'll pick up. So this is him just en route to us. But I'm gonna let it play through, and I'll just kind of talk while they're going. But this is so dispatch is talking to them, and this is when they're saying like what's happening, and he arrives on scene and what he sees when he gets on scene. That's you kind of heard some of it, but you also heard more because you heard the fire department and so on and so forth. Hi, soul sister. Hi, everybody who's popped in that I haven't had a chance to say hi to. Connie.
Negative. Sounds like we're getting another call from somewhere in the area. Right.
Hi, Jane Doe.
Getting a call now from Misty advising that her
So once you can kind of hear in the background, you can hear the dispatch that we just listened to.
that a female said that her grandfather was killing everyone in the house, and then the female went to the fire station.
So there's obviously some miscommunication because the 16-year-old says that her father is actually killing everybody in the home, but they repeat it as that her grandfather is. It's not her grandfather. It's technically her stepfather.
How many houses down from the firehouse is this?
I imagine what the cop is thinking. I know ATS. Just in hindsight now, because we know what he's about to walk into, it's just like. And they this just happened on Thursday. They've already released all of this. They released the body cam. They've released the call. They didn't release the 911 call that I've heard though. Not the 911 call from because I think the mom actually ends up calling 911, or maybe it was just the daughter at the fire station. I'm gonna ixnay all that because I don't know. I don't know that yet.
About 5, 6
I know
hours.
Angela.
Strong Liddell, Nicholsville.
They really do, MK. Yeah, I think that. Well, the daughter ran to the fire station, so I'm wondering if they just dispatched it straight in and there is no 911, or if they actually called 911 because there was somebody that said that they could hear the woman screaming. Somebody else, he saw a teenager running and screaming. Somebody else called. That's what I'm thinking too.
Negative. This was called out that the shooting was occurred by the fire station. They all are back inside of the firehouse.
But you don't think she ran to the fire station? I thought she did. I don't know either. A person who was driving in the neighborhood. All right, well, I have a few more clips we can watch too. Maybe that'll kind of clear it up. Saw her with a little black Labrador. Is that the dog that's in the body cam? Maple Beef, I think they just prepare for it. Hi, Search and Rescue Canine Mom. I missed you. The lady's the one that called. Okay. Because I remember them saying like she herd. And so then I was like, wait a minute, she wouldn't get into the car and she wouldn't leave her kid. He is in jail, yeah, on a $20 million bond. I'll shut up when they get there so you guys can actually watch.
6372, do you have traffic?
I mean, they know this guy's. I mean, they've been told that there's a guy shooting and he's trying to kill his whole family. What that means to them, I don't know. But I mean, they're going to walk in. They're going to walk. It's not in necessarily because it's outside, but. Right, Jingo? I know. They're just like, here. Not enough bond. Hi, Tony.
Additional call sounds like the shooter's the father of the children.
So they changed it to the father. I know, Chains. I'd be surprised this man doesn't plead. I'd be surprised if this ever actually goes to trial, or it's gonna be some type of insanity, whatever. I don't know, but he'd probably just plead guilty, and it won't be for years. Maybe half. I rock everything. Right, Quinny? Well, I mean, people try to take back their confessions and say they were under duress, but I don't know.
63, information rise, self.
Hi, Chris.
It's past the Hollis School.
I can't copy.
We're getting ready to be 37 here, so you just give us 99.
Let's just do it now.
It takes them a little while to get there. I mean, look. There's 6 minutes and 30 seconds. They'll be like Chris Watts. Hi, Connie. Oh, yes. Guy's going as fast as you can. He's flying. Same, Jaded. It's a tough gig right there. Yep. The reason I wanted to play the whole thing is because, like, when I watched it, like, my anxiety was building. So I can only imagine this guy. Oh, point delivery. I didn't hear for months. That's new. I had heard it was planned, but. See. I know. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
Where's he at?
He's shooter stand on the porch.
Get him right here. Right here. You got him on the porch.
We've asked. That's the last place we've been told.
You show me your hands now! Stand up and walk towards us! Stand up now! Walk towards us! Stand up with your hands up!
We got a visual in the mail. Not showing his hands, not following commands.
Stand up now!
Not showing hands or following commands. His name is Chad Doerman. Chad Doerman.
I know, but we can't.
People need first aid, and he's not complying. You know he's a shooter. Shoot him.
We gotta find cover first. We ain't no good if we ain't safe ourselves. Hey, no. We need to come from this side where we can see them. Don't take cover behind her. We see them. We're going to approach from this side. We got cover.
Right here.
Six number 29 and 63 is type out.
Show us your fucking hands now. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up now. Stand up. Stand the fuck up.
EMS to stage and air carrier is going to go ahead and fly whenever any units can advise.
Get your hands out of here. 72. Tell them we're 21. It's in the air.
Those guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to take care of the
I got it.
victims. They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. We're completely sober. Never did drugs a day in my life.
Hold on. Did he just say if he's not complying to shoot him? Did he say that? Hold on. I'm going to rewind it. I know that we're just watching him, but I got to hear what he says. Hold on.
They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
We're going to go ahead and fly whenever any units can advise.
Get your hands out of here.
72.
Tell them we're 21. It's in the air.
Those guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to take care of the
I got it.
victims. They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
He did. He said if you have to shoot him, then shoot him.
Sober. Never did drugs a day
63,
in my
we're
life.
21. Get the EMS over here.
Well, I did drugs when I was little, but I don't do drugs now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you.
63.
Get your butt inside. Gatlin, get your butt inside.
We on primary?
Now.
29, we got 3
Main.
down.
3 kids down, 16 down.
Gatlin.
63, we're 21.
Knock
Have
it off.
EMS respond over here.
You're clear, they're being advised.
Robert 34, just started mass casualty response.
63, do you want them to respond to the Laurel Lindale address? Where exactly do you need them?
We're right in the front yard. What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this?
Y'all roll over. I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him.
All right.
He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want with me.
Here. You the only one else inside the house?
What?
You the only one else inside the house?
Yeah.
Sit down right here.
My daughter, she ran her to the fire department.
Sit down.
It's my stepdaughter.
Put him in the cage.
This is real.
Not showing hands, so we're calling hands.
Okay. So this is too much. So I'm trying to think of it where I think it's right here. Is it on this one? Because they also blur by the driveway, and I was wondering about that. But he's the one yelling for his dog to be quiet and to get his butt inside. I'm trying to get a good shot right there. So I know that obviously they're blocking that out, but they also block out over by the driveway. I'm trying to see if we can see it. This is the bike. There's a picture of the bike too. Hold on. Maybe they just block out the driveway because it's got the address. I don't know. Maybe they do that. Maybe that's why it's blocked out. Oh man. Oh, Jordan, oh my gosh. So he lined them up. This is what we're hearing so far is he lined them up and one of the boys tried to run and he went and got him and made him come back. So they say like that's the one that Yeah, but there was another one that was blurred by the driveway, and I think it might have been the mailbox because I think I have a picture of it. Hold on. It might just be because of the address. Maybe it's on my phone. Hold on. Yeah, so he chased him down and made him come back. And I don't think they've told us which one that is. No, that's the wrong picture. But I'll show you this one too anyway, just because. This isn't the right picture. I'll find that picture, but I think it might just because it's right next to the driveway. Now, as I look over there, you see? No, here. Hold on. Am I on it and not even noticing it? Or do they just have it still there? See, right here? Because the boys are over here. See what I'm saying? Because that's a different spot. See? That's the boys. That's not. That's different. So I didn't know. Yeah, it's this one. This is the right picture. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this spot's blocked off. Because see the camper. Hold on. I want it to stop where I want it to actually stop. See, they're like blocking out over here. Did you, True Crime Crazy? That's what I was wondering too. If it was like one of the other boys. So here's an overview. Let me pull that up for you. Here's an overview of the property. See, it's blurred out right here too. It is this. I did have the right one that I had originally seen. So here's that one spot that's blurred out, but then over here, there's another spot that's blurred out. So I'm thinking that maybe they're not all together. Right here and right here. And then there was the bike that's right here. But that just means that the only reason that even mattered to me was because when they talked about the little boy, that one of the boys that ran and he brought him back, like, where did he run? And then did he just bring him back to right here, or was he running the other way? I don't know. See what I was just trying to figure out what the chaos of what had happened. Hi, Mal. But I thought he brought the one that ran. That's what I was thinking, but maybe he ran further and he just brought him back to the property and not necessarily back to like the front of the house. Two together, and then the one that ran and he just brought him back on the property. It's very possible. Or they mentioned that particular blocked, hold on, I just missed that whole comment. On the newscast earlier, they mentioned that particular blocked out area was where the mom was attempting to resuscitate one of her children. Oh, the one over here? Or this one? The stepdaughter and mom must be, oh my God, they have to be horrified. This is horrifying. Okay, let me see what else I've got over here. Because, what's this one?
We heard gunshots. And you would never think it was something like that.
A heartbreaking situation there in Monroe Township. We have learned that 3 young boys are dead tonight, and their father, 32-year-old Chad Doerman, is charged with their murders.
We have live team coverage tonight. Luke Jones is speaking with people in the New Richmond area about the tragic shooting. But first, Tyler Madden has been at the scene for most of the day and brings us details on the investigation.
This is like 4:15 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time.
Hey guys, good evening. A community and a family in mourning tonight after a father was charged in the shooting death of 3 of his sons, aged 7, 4, and 3, at the home that is still surrounded by caution tape behind me. Claremont County Sheriffs say that the call came into them at around 4:15 Thursday afternoon to the home on Laurel Lindale Road, the gray house with the pool that can be seen from the Skyview 12 video. When deputies arrived, they found the 3 boys unresponsive in the yard, and the suspect, 32-year-old Doerman, sitting holding a rifle. He surrendered without incident. A 4th victim, a 34-year-old woman, was shot in the hand and transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The community is responding to this tragedy. New Richmond School Superintendent Tracy Smith saying in a statement, quote, "Our hearts are once again broken tonight as we yet again ask the community to lift up those affected by this horrible tragedy," end quote. And the district says that grief counselors will be available to students tomorrow at Monroe Elementary School. Reporting in Monroe Township, I'm Tyler Madden for Local 12 News.
It's heartbreaking on this Father's Day weekend, no less. Doerman is charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder. He will face a judge at 10 tomorrow morning for arraignment.
And our Luke Jones is also there in Claremont County for us tonight. Luke, I know this is a really tough time for that entire community.
Extremely, Kyle. In fact, we're standing right outside Monroe Elementary. This is where one of those children, the 7-year-old, attended classes, and right across the street from the school, a father who literally just this week welcomed a new child into the world. Tonight, he's having a tough time imagining how any other father could do something so horrific to an innocent child, let alone 3 innocent children. Just a few miles away in New Richmond, folks also struggling to come to grips with this. Take a listen.
They just should not be cut down like that. They should not. No father should ever even think about doing that to their children. It just leaves me somewhat speechless that someone can do that to their children.
And online, we're reading comments from a lot of members of the community here. Some of them have kids at this school. I'm seeing a lot of prayers, thoughts and prayers. I'm seeing heart emojis. So many hearts just broken, so many hearts bleeding tonight, just hearing these details and trying to wrap their heads around what could compel a man to do this to his own children. And again, as you just heard my colleague Tyler say, there will be grief counselors here at the school starting at 9 a.m. And that's going to be crucial for a lot of these kids now mourning the loss of one of their classmates.
So at the beginning of this newscast, do they say something that I was interested in? I was going to look up before I went live, and I didn't have a chance to. But they say like that the school district's once again asking for prayers. I was like, did they have like some form of tragedy like that just happened? Yeah, what do you say? Yeah, what do you say? Like, that's nuts. But I'm wondering if they had something already that had happened to them. All right, so these are the ones that I had clipped to share with you guys. So.
Adam, thank you. Leading the way with breaking news this morning, a triple homicide under investigation in Claremont County. The victims, 3 brothers, 3, 4, and 7 years old. Police tell us the boys' father was arrested and charged in their murders last night. And the children's mother is in the hospital being treated with a gunshot wound. We're leading the way with live team coverage this morning as this case unfolds. It's a heartbreaking situation, and WLWT News 5's Danielle Dindek live with reaction from the neighbors and the New Richmond School District. But we want to start with WLWT News 5's Lacey Roberts, who is live at the Claremont County Courthouse. So many questions, Lacey. The suspect is expected to make his first appearance this morning.
Yes, Kelly, that's correct. Good morning. Just an absolutely heartbreaking situation, like you said. And here at the Claremont County Courthouse, the goal here is to find justice for those 3 boys killed, as well as their mother who was injured. Now, investigators say that the child's father, 32-year-old Chad Doerman, is the man behind that trigger, and he's expected here at the Claremont County Courthouse this morning on those 3 charges of aggravated murder. Now, let's talk about last night. This has happened and all started just after 4 in the afternoon in Monroe Township, where a woman called 911 saying her babies had been shot. Now, officers found 4 people shot outside the home on Laurel Lindale Road. The first crews on scene tried life-saving measures on those 3 young boys, but that was unsuccessful. Now, those boys, just 3, 4, and 7 years old, and we're told that their mother, 34-year-old woman, was shot in the hand and taken to UC Medical Center and is expected to survive. Now, WLWT was the only station to speak with one of the 911 callers who was just driving home when she saw this tragic scene.
She's obviously shaken up, and instantly I think that I got terror because I started shaking, but I instantly pulled my phone out and I called 911. And at that time there was another vehicle that started. Oh, well, first I told her, please get in the car with me so you're safe. And she said that she could not because she couldn't leave her family members behind.
Now, when police arrived, investigators say that the boy's father, 32-year-old Chad Doerman, was sitting on a step outside that home and was immediately detained by police. Again, Doerman is charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder and is expected to appear here at the Claremont County Courthouse at 10. And of course, we'll be bringing you that coverage on WLWT News 5. But right now, reporting here in Claremont County, Lacey Roberts, WLWT News 5.
Lacey, we appreciate you bringing us up to speed. Now, this shooting has rocked this tight-knit community in Claremont County, and this morning, so many wondering how this could happen. But as we've seen time and time again, through tragedy, communities come together and help lift each other up. This community specifically.
The Mallory, the mom was shot in the hand. The stepdaughter was not injured, apparently. I think they just checked her out. Basically, I decided he planned it for months. See, I had heard he planned it. I just never heard the months part. So he looked into those faces all those days beforehand, knowing this day would come. That's sick. He had posted on his Facebook just a few days before. He had updated like his profile pictures to pictures of the boys. The picture of the boys that they're in the sitting in the tire. He had just put that on his Facebook a few days ago with their thumbs up. And the one with him sitting next to him. Yeah, he confessed. He basically, but in that body cam, he's like, they're like, what's going on, man? He's like, nothing. Like, no, everything's fine. Like, I'm good. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not mad or nothing. Like, no, dude, you're freaking mad. You're just not angry. Like on Father's Day weekend. Yep. On Father's Day weekend. Yep. Was he, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't. Hi, PB&J. I love the way the officer who was taking this asshole to place in the back of his car and said Miranda rights, if you will, to him after asking about his wallet. Did they do that? Is that on another one? I don't know if I've seen that one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Is that another body cam? Let me see. Because I know that one stops at when he tells him to go put him in the cage. Let me see. I don't see another one though. It's when he takes him to the car. Yeah, I don't have that one. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not going to hurt you. Let me tell you about the dog. Let me tell you that my dog, just don't try to pet the dog. Okay, well, I don't know why I can't find the other one. I haven't seen the other one. Hold on, I'm going to try to find it. I have the one where he's in court. What else do I have here? I have this neighbor. All right, I'll play this neighbor, and then I'll try to find the other one. Cop says shut up. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that. Does anybody have it? You guys can send it to me. All right, let me play this one. This is the neighbor. And I'll look for that one.
Much. Well, a heartbroken community pouring their support towards the victims tonight,
including the victims' elementary school. WLWT News 5's Lindsay Stone joins us now. Lindsay, it's been a very tough day for New Richmond schools.
Yeah, it has, Stephen. Just so many heartbroken people out here tonight. We're here outside Monroe Elementary School. This is where some of the children attended, and they said they are just devastated at the loss of these 3 boys. They went on to release a statement that I want to read to you. New Richmond Exempted Village School District Superintendent Tracy Miller says, quote, "Our hearts are once again broken tonight as we yet again ask the community to lift up those affected by this horrific incident." It goes on to say grief counselors will be available tomorrow morning here at the school beginning at 9 a.m. Now, it's not just the school community, but neighbors too processing today's events. And they say they are stunned that this happened on their quiet street.
I'm shocked, to be honest with you. We moved here 6 years ago, and the place is great, and you know, New Richmond's coming up, and you just hate to see anything like this anywhere.
All of a sudden I hear boom, boom, and at like 5 more, I'm like, that's 7 shots. That's shots. Like, there's no way. So I was freaking out like this before I got ready and everything, and I don't know, man. Before that, I saw 2 cars right here on this street zoom as fast as humanly possible. It was like something's going down.
I spoke to another neighbor who actually lives on Laurel Lindell Road where this shooting happened. He says this is a type of tight-knit community where everyone knows their neighbors. And so he believes he knows this family. And so he was just devastated. Again, so many people just still processing this horrific tragedy. We're live tonight in Monroe Township. Lindsay Stone, WWT.
Okay, I got the other one. Let me pull it up real quick. So it looks like it's the same, but the one I had just didn't have the rest of it. And Jordan messaged me. Thank you very much, Jordan. Okay, so this shows the same from what I already had.
Here. You the only one else inside the house?
What?
Right here, and then it keeps going. I've never seen the rest of this.
My daughter, she ran over to the fire department.
Sit down.
It's my stepdaughter.
Put him in that cage.
This is Will. This is Will.
They're all being advised to like 2 additional medics. There's also air care flying, but they need an LV and then a copy.
Can you get the wallet out of my back pocket?
Shut up, dude. Yeah, the right to main side was fucking easy.
Call. I'm on the lost right now. Yeah, 9 is where Chief and Captain's way.
Hold on.
The firehouse is advising them that the male shot the entire family.
Wait, that was 37.
You're clear.
So this it's like they put all the body cams together. It looks like, because I had that one guy's body cam the whole thing, and then they just showed the other guys. But now they're walking back up to the house. So this has to be a third cop. This guy on the left right here was the one that we just watched his where he drove there. This is the guy who cusses a lot, I think.
Stand up now! Walk towards us! Stand up with your hands up!
We know we got a visual on the male. Not showing his hands, not following commands.
Stand up now!
Not showing hands or following commands.
We gotta go.
His name is Chad Doerman. Chad Doerman.
These kids are in the front. We gotta go.
I know, but if we need first aid and he's not complying, you know, he's a shooter, shoot him. You gotta find cover first.
Right there. That's the first time he said that. They said they just shoot him. If he's not complying, shoot him. Like they're letting him know, like it's okay. You got to shoot this guy. it's gonna be all right. Shoot him. You got an order.
We need to come from this side where we can see. Come take cover. We see him. We're going close to this side. You gotta go. Right here.
We gotta go.
29 and 63 to check up.
I got working right now.
Show us your.
Show me your hands now. Stand up.
Stand up.
Moving. Hold.
Stand up.
Stand up now. Stand up. Stand up.
Go.
EMS is staged and air carrier is going to go ahead and fly whenever any unit can arrive.
Get your hands out here.
Wait, oh no, this is the other guy this is the guy that was cussing a lot.
There's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to take care of the victim. They have to shoot him.
Yeah, and that's when they say again, like, you gotta shoot him, shoot him. So there's the one. They spliced it all together. Okay, yeah, no, I hadn't seen that. This is fucking piece of shit, man. I'm just like, I can't even. Okay, I'm gonna pull up his flipping court. So then he goes to court and he freaking cries. And we can go back through anything that we want to go through, but at least you guys will have all the info.
State of Arkansas, Chad Doerman, 2023 CRA 1975. This matter is before the court today for purposes of bond hearing. Mr. Callum, you were here on behalf of Mr.
The one that was saying "Get your butt in the house," that was him. He's telling his dog to get his butt in the house. He's yelling at his dog. The officers are like calling him an asshole.
Married his employee. He indicates that his relatives, Gloria Doerman, Todd Frost, and Tim Doerman, may act as co-signers for him. At this time, Your Honor, we would submit to the court that a bond of $75,000.
They got him cuffed pretty good.
Thank you, Mr. Tacalvi.
Judge Mark Tacalvi, Claremont County Prosecutor on behalf of the state. At this point, I'm going to.
I mean, you can hardly hear that.
Mr. Gast handle the bond.
Hopefully that volume gets better.
Judge, we've got law enforcement.
Can you guys even hear that?
Our office has been involved. Lots of people have been involved with law enforcement.
Hold on, let me find it. Let me see if I can find a better audio.
All the way through this morning.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's so heartbreaking to hear that mom crying in the background saying, "You took my life from me," or something. So I think she's saying like, "They're my life. They're my life." Hold on, I'm try to find a better audio. It's weird that like somebody when you're listening to it on your phone, it sounds fine, but if I go to play it to you guys, it sounds like crap. Is that the same one I have? Hold on. Let's see if this one's better.
State of Arkansas, Chad Doerman, 2023 CRA 1975. This matter is before the court today for purposes of bond hearing. Mr. Callum, you were here on behalf of Mr. Doerman. Mr. Tacalvi, Mr. Gadd.
That a bond of $75,000 with order conditions will be approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tacalvi.
Judge, at this point, I'm going to let Mr. Gast handle the bond on our behalf.
Thank you. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge, we've got law enforcement with us here today. Our office has been involved. Lots of people in our office have been involved with law enforcement throughout yesterday, afternoon, and evening, all the way through this morning. And the facts I have for you at this point are as follows. The trauma that this man has inflicted on his family, the community, law enforcement, first responders and all of the rest of us who have any idea what's going on here is unspeakable. There's been a full admission in this case, Judge. The case is still new. We're still discovering facts. Just incomprehensible cruelty. The father that stands before you lined up his 3 young boys, and he executed them in his own home with a rifle. They were ages 3, 4, and 7, Judge. In an act of desperation to save her children, the mother at some point grabbed the gun. The father was able to flee into a field near the home. And again, we know from his admission, father hunted that boy down, drug him back to the property, and executed him in front of witnesses. The mother was shot through the hand in her attempt to protect her children. To just begin to imagine their fear. This was the man that every day they woke up looking to for protection, love, guidance in all things. Man they trust more than any other person on earth. Person they rely upon to keep them safe from harm. He was their world. He was their guardian. And he executed them in cold blood. We know that from his admission. One of the most monstrous, craven, cowardly acts that will ever be our misfortune to see. To make things even more disturbing, Judge, this was no haphazard act. Again, by his own admission, he planned the act on a whim. He's confessed to what I believe is the worst crime, at least I hope, that I'll see in my lifetime. I hope it's the worst fact pattern that ever comes before this court. Judge, it's important for the court to know, and Monroe Township Fire and EMS and other first responders bravely respond to the scene where they don't know what's going on. They did not know what they're facing, and they come into a scene that no one can ever be prepared for. No law enforcement training, no training of any kind prepares you for this. It's easy to forget that these are men and women with families, children, feelings, emotions. They're not some automaton performing a delegated function. They're people. 20-year-old children. They held these boys in their arms, knowing there was nothing they could do to save them. How long do those scars last? What day do you wake up from that and did he have access to a weapon? Yes, obviously he did. The weight of the evidence against the defendant at this point, Judge, we stand here with a full admission of the defendant. That also goes to the confirmation of the defendant's identity, and witnesses on scene did see at least part of what happened. Next, the court is to consider the likelihood this person would return the court if a bond were issued. Again, this is the most heinous crime with the most severe penalty under the law that we presented to the grand jury. That alone would be a major factor in discouraging a person from availing themselves to this court or any other. And the thought to flee and the likelihood of flight is great in the state's opinion. The danger he poses to the community is the factor that this court can consider, and I think with the facts in front of you, Judge, we can't name a person that poses a greater threat to the community. As his prior record goes, Judge, it is fairly minimal. He was charged with domestic violence in 2010. He is not, to my knowledge, on probation committee control. Judge, the facts of this case are hopefully like no other we will ever see. When this case gets indicted in the Court of Common Pleas, I am certain that a no bond hearing will be held, and I would hope that would be granted. But at this point, this juncture, we're going to ask this court to issue a bond we've never asked for before. I'm going to ask for a bond of $20 million. I hope I never need to request such a bond again.
Thank you. Date for preliminary hearing?
Date for the preliminary hearing, Judge, is 6/26.
objection, Your Honor.
The preliminary hearing will be set for June 26th at 1 p.m. At this point in time, bond is going to be set in the amount of $20 million cash or surety. Anything else at this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
Nothing at this
All
time.
right, thank you.
Okay, so I can't even. Somebody in chat has said like her 5-year-old would run, and I'm like, I couldn't even. It makes me picture that. That's horrible. So he's sitting there crying. What did he say? Let me see. When? Right here?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
Nothing at this
All
time.
right, thank you. Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
CCO2?
At this point in time, bond is going to be set in the amount of $20 million cash or surety. Anything else at this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
CCO2?
All right, thank you. Mr. Kalm, anything? Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further? At this point in time, bond is going to be set in the amount of $20 million cash or surety. Anything else at this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
Something about CCO2.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna have to put it in the editor and see if I can.
At this point in time, bond is going to be set in the amount of $20 million cash or surety. Anything else at this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
Nothing at this time.
All right, thank you.
I don't know. Something about CCO2. It sounded.
All rise. Where's
High-speed chase. Goodness gracious. It sounds like he says something about CCO2. Why is my mouse not working? I don't know.
Anything else at this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
I don't know. I can't make out exactly what he's saying. Because he says something right before it, but I can't. Anybody here read lips? Does anybody sound like you're from London?
This time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale?
Will the subtitles pick it up? Stop turning off. Let's see.
Anything else at this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything?
Doesn't pick it up. He's saying his case number? Why would he say his case number? What was his case number? Let me see.
2023 CRA 1975.
No. Community Corrections Officer 2? What would he want? Why would he be talking about that? Let me slow it down. Okay, let me try that. Let's try this.
Anything else this time, Mr. Gast?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gale? Mr. Kalm, anything further?
Nothing at this time.
All right, thank you. Anything else this time, Mr.
Try it one more time.
Yes. No, Judge. Mr. L. Mr. Cal, anything further? Nothing at this time. All right.
I got nothing. Is it something about the county? Yeah, I don't know. Something about CCO2. CCO2. Not sure looking at the letter O, a ton of things come up. Yeah, don't do that. CCO2. Oh, yeah, O2 or 02. He definitely says CCO2. It's the first mumbly bit we don't know and probably aren't going to be able to. Yeah, I don't know. I could try to put it in and like splice out the voices and see if I can like magnify just his. But yeah, other than that, I have no idea. CCO2 correct. I can see. But what would he be talking about the corrections officer for? It comes up with where an inmate can be sent in the community corrections. Somebody had said earlier that he was talking about where he was going to go, like what jail he was going to go to. So I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully I can get a CCO2. Could be shorthand for a facility. Be the kind of, yeah, it could just be about where he's going to be going. It's possible. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Community corrections reentry referral process. But what is he asking about it? Yeah, Jordan, ask your husband. Asking for some protection? Oh, maybe. MK's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I have no clue. Has he done time to know the lingo, or was this all premeditated? He hasn't. He's got a ton of traffic issues. He was arrested in 2010 for domestic violence against his father. And then his dad didn't show up to court, so the charges were dropped. I'm confused by the whole thing. I know, I have no idea. Somebody eventually will know what the heck he's talking about. Avery's all, I'm Googling fiercely. Yeah, he choked his father. No, it was like speeding. Oh, hold on. Let me look at it. I had it up there. He has running a red light, assured clear distance ahead, like, so I must have been following too closely, speeding, operating without reasonable control, speeding greater than 55 on the street, another speeding greater than 55 on the street, speeding above 60, right side of the roadway, and he has further back, stopping after an accident. He has his domestic violence that we know is against his dad. And then further back, he has underage drinking, possession, consumption, possession. He's got a seatbelt, another speeding greater than 55, another speeding, and then in 2009, criminal damaging. So nothing substantial besides the domestic violence that was a fight with his dad. Yep, charges were dropped because dad didn't show up. No. Yeah, Mama Stone, great job. What are you doing? You got to pack that last. You should probably just keep it with you the entire time. You need like a pocket size edition so it can just fit in your bag. Hi, Lex Luthor. The boys were 3, 4, and 7 years old. 3, 4, and 7. They're all cute as a button. All cute as a button. Okay, so let me pull this other one up real quick. This is kind of blurry. Most of these I've seen are actually redacted. So this one I found that's not redacted though. So on 6/15/23, deputies responded to 1965 Laurel Lindale Road in Monroe Township in Claremont County for a report of a male was killing everyone in the house. Upon deputies' arrival, Multiple subjects were injured in the yard of the residence and in grave condition. Deputies came into contact with the defendant, who resides at this residence, and identified by witness as the suspect. The defendant was taken into custody. The units on scene attempted to render aid, but the subjects were found to be deceased with gunshot wounds. Defendant was transported to the sheriff's office for further investigation. Defendant has confessed to planning and carrying out the deaths of the victims involved for several months. There you go. There's the months. For several months. Yeah, defendant confessed to planning and carrying out the deaths of the victims involved for several months. What the fuck? So if he actually was shooting towards the fire station, and they think that's it's clear, it says it's Claremont County. Maybe he was gonna kill everybody in the house. Why did he stop then? Why didn't he actually kill her? That makes me think the whole point was so that she suffered. He wanted her to suffer. Hi, Schmeed. Murderer's gonna murder. It's a hard issue above all things. 3, 4, and 7 years old. Hold on. Motion for default judgment. Oh, Hughes coming in hot here. A motion for default judgment, a CCO2. Because he confessed? Maybe he's just like, let's just do it and get it over with. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, because he could have easily killed her. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but he could have. She was right there. He'd already shot her in the hand. But maybe he did want to kill all of the children, but the daughter ran. Precipitated by the prolonged stress caused by the monsters that brought us. Well, that'll start a whole political debate. Yeah, Ohio. Hi, Lady Banjo. I did see that she tried to stop him, and that's how she got shot in the hand. And she was his stepchild. Yeah. So what they did not release to us then is obviously him going through and actually confessing to everything. You know, the interview that they have with him. Yeah, PB&J, that's what I think. And that's just my gut instinct. Is otherwise, why not kill her? It's not. You know, we got the whole Chris Watts vibe going on, but that guy was having an affair. He wanted a new life. I'm thinking that he wasn't going to let her have a new life, or he was going to make sure she suffered and didn't have their kids. Why doesn't he have a shirt on? Maybe because he's a suicide risk. They don't want him to have any access to anything that he could do anything with. I don't know. I don't know. So I was saying this at the beginning, Charlie, from just reading things, and I have no idea how true it is. It was said that she had a bad relationship with her daughter's dad. And please, you guys, make sure you guys know, I have no idea the accuracy of this statement. So please don't say that this is what it is, because I do not know that. But that she had a bad relationship with her daughter's dad, and the daughter she didn't like let the daughter see her dad or something along those lines. And that they were going to actually split up, and she wasn't going to let him keep the boys from him. So nobody picking up on it. Well, I mean, I don't know. That happens a lot. Sadly, and people sometimes just aren't paying attention, especially if they were in a bad place and she was leaving. How much was she actually paying attention to anything he did? But we don't know that to be true. I think so, because that's what she's saying in the body cam. She's saying like that was my life. Like this is my life. He took my life. Hi, Janie. Yeah, this is a suicide vest, but she wants to know why he doesn't have a shirt on underneath. Why isn't he wearing a shirt underneath? I'm assuming it's because they don't want him to have access to anything that he could use. Yeah, one of those. If you're, yeah, I'm thinking that. I don't know. And that's just like I said from what I've been reading. Her sister did start a GoFundMe that is verified to be her. I'm not a huge fan of promoting GoFundMes, but this one is verified. So, and it's obviously up to you guys. It's already well past. What can I think now? Why can't I find it? Hold, please. Let me find it. I'll share it with you guys. But I lost it. I thought I had saved it, but I lost it. So he has his preliminary hearing on June 26th. That's if he doesn't just say F it and just go to jail. And somebody was asking about the death penalty. Ohio does have the death penalty, but it's on hold. So I don't know if they're actually doing any sentencing. So like California, we also have the death penalty, but our governor is like, nope, nobody's going to be, put to death while, he's governor. Ohio apparently has the death penalty, but doesn't have the meds in stock, which is happening in a lot of states. Also why Idaho ruled that you can have the death penalty by firing squad now is because of the fact that they don't have the meds. The meds are not as available as here it is right here. So they had a goal of 20,000. It's reached $121,007. Let's see how I can. There it is. He's going to take it to the grand jury, but I would be surprised. I don't know. Is this guy going to just say, "Hey, screw it. I did it. I approve of firing squad, period." It's only, I feel like it would have to be really tough for the people who are actually in the firing squad, though, like the ones that are performing it. And I know that they do it where like they don't know if they actually have the live round, but I don't know. But I guess it would be the same as the person who's injecting the medication. He has a stepdaughter. Yeah, she's 16. Yeah, buy him off the street. There you go. But that wouldn't be regulated, which would not be legal. My sleuth mom. Yeah, he literally makes me sick. I'm going to get his face off of here, and I'm going to put back up the boys. Not that one, though. Let's put this one back up. Put the boys back up. You know how cute they are. Man, and you can tell these guys are brothers. This little face, man, they just make me, just breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Well, they decided, that the electric chair is not what do they call it? It's not nice, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's not humane. Yeah, so I don't know so what I was saying about Ohio having the death penalty, because they don't have the meds, I don't know if that means that they're not able to sentence anybody to death, though. I'd have to do some research on that. Like here, like I said, it has to do with our governor, so it's different. But without the meds, I'm wondering if they can still sentence them. They just get put on death row. Yeah, humane. Thank you, Beatrice. I know I could not. Sometimes words just don't want to work in my brain. Oh, no worries, Sleuth Mom. I appreciate it. I think we're gonna I think I covered everything that I had. Let me just double check. Because like I said, there's not a ton out. I mean, we don't know much about. We have no idea their history or what led to this or what type of. People have mentioned in chat, like, was this guy on drugs? We have no idea. Was this guy, did he have some type of psychotic break? No idea. We have no idea. We don't know anything about these people yet. Obviously, yeah, Crafty Chris. Obviously, yes. I am pro death penalty in certain situations. Absolutely. I don't think we just I'm also for the death penalty in the fact that I do know the statistics, and statistically, people are more likely to plead guilty to their crime when the death penalty is the other option if they're found guilty. So it is a bargaining tool. Dark Horse, thank you. Now, people could also go the other side of that and say, well, then you get people to falsely confess because they're afraid of dying, which is also true. But statistically, it does help to bring these people in and say, hey, I did it. I just don't want to die. Now, actually, the killing of people, I don't want to sit there and watch it. Don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you right now, if somebody did something to my kid or my family, I know I would be pro death penalty, so I can't be mad if people are. But I also understand the side of like, how does it make us different than what they're doing to begin with? I see the whole thing, but I'm telling you right now, I'm absolutely, in certain situations, no doubt. Now, I think that I'm a huge believer in context, and in context in a situation like this, obviously this guy had a monstrous act. I mean, I that's what I called the live. But there are things, what happened to this person? He planned it for months. Okay, so now we've got absolute premeditation. But is there something else wrong? And I'm not a big thing on like, oh, well, he was high or he was on drugs and so he just did it. But is there something wrong? Does this guy have a history of, some type of schizophrenia, some type of actual insanity, actual mental disease that would cause a break? I do believe that happens. His kids can't breathe, neither should he. I am right. I think life is better, in my opinion. I'd rather them be haunted by the memories for the rest of their life, but I'd also never been in a position where I had to actually make the choice. Right. Well, that's why I always say, like, if it was mine, I know what I would want to happen if it was my kid. But I'm all for parents that choose to say like they don't want that to happen. Like that's not their job, it's God's job. And I'm like, I respect it. I don't get mad either way because everybody has the right to how they feel about it. But I just can't imagine. I cannot imagine getting to a point in life. And if you are planning it, you're not in the middle of a psychotic break necessarily because you've been planning it for months. This didn't just happen overnight. Something didn't happen and he snapped and became, crazy. Does that make sense? So now I don't know. I will be curious to find out more about it, but I also think that he'll probably just plead guilty. And these poor boys will become another statistic of, parents killing their kids. And that's sad to me because they're not a statistic to their mom. They were her whole life, like she said. And the 16-year-old girl who now has to know what happened and that she couldn't save them and then have survivor's guilt that she made it. It's just not, I don't know. I'm gonna get all upset. Yeah, Michelle, we don't know. I have no idea. There's no domestic violence charges, and I have not heard that there was any domestic violence calls to the home. I have not heard that yet, one way or the other. His history of domestic violence only popped from 2010, and I shouldn't say only, but it doesn't have to do with her, was against his dad, and his dad didn't show up for court. So, yeah, and that's why I think that he wanted that. The mom's life is forever altered, and I think that's what he wanted. So I think he's good, and I think he's in there crying. It reminds me of the people who are. He cried when the prosecutor was talking about what a bad person he is. Like how his kids woke up every day and counted on him to take care of them. And this is what he did and what kind of like monster he is really. And that's when he cried. And it always makes me think these people don't want other people to think they're bad human beings because their reason is good enough for them. It should be good enough for everybody else. Oh, Crime Curious, you're very, very welcome. So I'm going to do my best to try to keep up on it and see if anything does come out or anything does happen. But one of the reasons I told myself, even though I didn't want to talk about it, I needed to, is because I'm like, that's what's going to happen is these boys are, he's probably going to go in there and he's going to plead, and these boys are not going to be, nobody's going to know who they are. And that's sad to me, because if these were my boys, I'd want everybody to know who they were. Look at their little faces. With that, though, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys. I know that, like I always tell you guys, you have 1,000 other places that you can be, and you choose to be here and spend this time with me and listen to the story of these 3 little boys, these 3 little blue-eyed boys who did not deserve anything that happened to them, and their poor mom and sister. I thank you guys for being here. I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for watching this all with me. I'm going to try to see you guys early next week. The end of next week, I'll be out of town, so I won't be able to go live at the end of the week, but I do hope to be able to come on early in the week. And if there is an update, I'll either post it to the community wall or try to go live. So I'll see you guys on the next one.